What's better than one video about Cats the Musical? 2 videos about Cats the Musical. At least it's not another Dead Poets Society video. I haven't made one of those in over a year. Sometimes I have interests that are a bit niche, and I make videos about them. Sometimes those videos get blocked for copyright, so I flip the footage, which fixes things. Until 2 days later when I find out that the video is blocked again because NBC has manually gone through and identified all the moments in which I infringe upon their copyrighted material. So I spend the next 2 days trimming out all of those moments, which featured, you know, some funny, interesting stuff, if I do say so myself. And then by the end of it, the video is 4 minutes shorter than it was originally. So then I decide to make another video because I'm a petty bitch. If this doesn't make any sense to you, I made a video with my friend Michaela where we got drunk and watched Cats 1998 and it got hella blocked. Completely my fault. There were definitely many stretches of me pointing the camera at the TV screen and singing along with the characters, when I just as easily could have pointed the camera at myself and sung along with the characters. 'Cause that's not fair use. I thought it wouldn't matter because I am a microscopic channel, but oh, what a fool I was. A lot of what got cut out was me discussing the lore of this music. I should just stop filming. I realized that I'm really passionate about the Cats characters and their relationships with one another because there's just a lot of them and there's not a whole lot that's recognized as canon. So a lot of people, and by that I mean like 3 people, have their various theories on who's related to who's mated with who. Some people even have their Jellicle family trees. And I would like to present my own because I don't have anyone to talk to about this. That's a lie. My friend Haley said she found it really interesting, but she works a 9 to 5, so I'm just gonna let her be. So congrats, you poor bastard. You are about to hear my opinions on the most pointless thing I have ever had opinions about. I present to you my Jellicle family tree. Starting at the tippity top, I believe it is old Deuteronomy. He's buried 9 wives, his numerous progeny prospers and thrives, a baller and a scholar. This guy is ancient, and with the amount of time that he's been alive, he has learned to not give a shit, which is the true meaning of happiness. One of the only canon aspects of this show is the fact that old Deuteronomy had a thing with Grisabella back in the day. Grisabella the Glamour Cat. And those two had Macavity, Munkustrap, and Rum Tum Tugger in that order. Macavity represents old Deuteronomy's magic, Munkustrap represents his leadership and protection, and Rum Tum Tugger represents his free spirit. Let's start off with the oldest and boldest and weirdest, Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. We love a racially coded villain. The idea is generally that old Deuteronomy recognized that Macavity was not suited to be the next Jellicle leader, so he trained Munkustrap for it instead. Munkustrap, the middle child with absolutely no middle child energy. Or a song. Why doesn't he have a song about him? That's a crime. Why it was Beautiful Ghosts, the Oscar bait song that they wrote for the 2019 movie, as opposed to a song about Munkustrap. He deserves one! I guess he has the Battle of the Peaks and the Pollicles, but that song's irrelevant, which is saying a lot for this musical. And it's racist. Not as racist and irrelevant as Growl Tiger, though. I mean, my goodness. Getting back to the family drama. Macavity's form of revenge against Munkustrap taking away his leadership role is for Macavity to manipulate Munkustrap's childhood sweetheart Demeter into running away with him, so that he may start his crime empire. Demeter's older sister Bombalurina goes with her in an effort to protect her, but ultimately she can't prevent Demeter and Macavity from entering an abusive relationship. The man was wonderful when he made love to me, but I hated him. Demeter ended up getting pregnant with Jemima, which was ultimately her wake-up call to return to the Jellicle clan with Bombalurina. And there are a lot of moments throughout the 1998 version that kind of support this whole backstory. I mean, maybe not the pregnant thing, but definitely the history between Demeter and Macavity. She sings his song, she calls out his name whenever he does one of his scares, and she's the first to know that something's up when he comes back pretending to be old Deuteronomy. And she jumps on him and attacks him like an absolute badass, but then after she exposes Macavity, she goes to hide behind Munkustrap and he just kind of protects her, and it's really adorable. And after the Macavity fight, there's that moment when the lights are out and the flashlight follows Munkustrap across the stage as he makes his way over to Demeter, and they just nuzzle, and each is making sure that the other is okay, and it's my favorite moment in the entire musical. Yes, I am what you think I am. Someone commented on my last video that they'd never noticed the relationship between Demeter and Munkustrap, and they'd always thought that Demeter and Bombalurina were lesbians as opposed to sisters. And I would be totally down with that. It's just Demeter and Munkustrap, to me, are so obvious. Look at me advocating for the straight ship. Why can't Demeter have both, I hear you ask? 'Cause you care so much? I don't know, I mean, Demeter and Munkustrap just seem more monogamous than anyone else in the Jellicle clan. I think they're happy just being their little family with Munkustrap as the uncle stepdad to Jemima. Speaking of Jemima, I would die for her. Moonlight, turn your face to the moonlight. If only I had been in ballet since I was in utero, then maybe I could play Jemima. She's one of the youngest kittens, if not the youngest, and I think because Demeter was pregnant when she ran away, Jemima probably doesn't know who her real father is and just sees Munkustrap as her dad. And rightly so. Munkustrap is such a dad. Maybe that could be Munkustrap's song. Munkustrap is such a dad. And how about we just take this moment to tie in Demeter and Bomblerina's parents. Skimbleshanks, the railway cat, the cat of the railway train. And their mother, Jenny Dots. They're both gingers. Demeter and Bomblerina are gingers. This is enough for me. Also, whenever Grizabella stalks on stage, a lot of the kittens will crawl towards her kind of out of curiosity. And Jemima's included in this, but Skimbleshanks and Jenny Dots are always the ones to kind of herd her specifically away from Grizabella, which I think is a very grandparently move on their part. Get away, Jemima, from that raggedy harlot! I saw a theory on TV Tropes that Grizabella is a sex worker, which I buy it. But other than that, what did Grizabella even do? I mean, I buy into the idea that she abandoned her children in order to pursue being a glamour cat, but I mean, has the tribe really not forgiven her? It's pretty clear from Skimbleshanks' song that he and Old Deuteronomy are like best buds, which is probably how their respective children got to know each other. And Munkustrap sings the lead of the Old Gumby Cat song, which I view as him trying to butter up his mother-in-law. For that song, the ones singing backup are Bomblerina, Demeter, and Jellicle, Jenny Dots' older sister. Jellicle and Jenny Dots hang out a lot. Their names sound similar, they're both kind of the moms of the group. And Jellicle is mates with Gus. Is the cat at the theater door? I was looking at other people's family trees and theories, and someone had Asparagus as Gus and Jellilore's son, and I don't know what kind of brain cells I must be lacking to have not come to that conclusion myself. Duh! Asparagus, father of Asparagus. All of these cats have absurd names. Why would two cats have the same name if they weren't related? Side note, I hate Asparagus with a passion. Jellicle cats are roly-poly. I don't know what it is, I can't stand him, and he doesn't have much of a personality, so am I just hating on the actor? I don't want to do that, he's like 10 times more talented than I'll ever be. So that just took us on many branches away from the main trunk. Is that how people refer to this kind of thing? Let's get all the way back to Old Deuteronomy's family, to everyone's favorite wild child. The Rum-Tum-Tugger is a curious cat. No one enters and leaves this musical without becoming a furry, and it is entirely because of Rum-Tum-Tugger. Could not give less of a shit about being the Jellicle leader, doesn't even show up when Macavity kidnaps his dad, can't be bothered to assist his own brother Munkustrap in that fight. Hey bro, I know that you want to be the hero and stuff and fight our older brother, but you do realize that if Macavity kidnaps anybody, my boyfriend can just get him back, right? Who's his boyfriend, you may ask? Sing it with me! Oh, well, never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. I shouldn't have to explain this. He literally pulls a rainbow out of a cup. The fact that the Rum-Tum-Tugger leads an entire song dedicated to somebody else, encourages Mistopheles throughout it, and then makes sure that Old Deuteronomy knows who deserves the credit for rescuing him. Mistopheles is the older brother, or maybe twin, I could see twin, to Victoria, and okay, according to our Lord and Savior Andrew Lloyd Webber, Macavity had kittens with Bustopher Jones's unnamed sister, and then murdered her after the kittens were born. And those kittens were Victoria and Mistopheles, which would explain Mistopheles' magical powers because he would have gotten those from Macavity. But I am just going to ignore all of that. If Love Never Dies is any indication, I don't think Webber should be writing anything that isn't music. Seems that whenever he does, he just writes about female characters sleeping with bad guys and then getting murdered afterwards. Funny how that works. On top of that, I really just don't feel like shipping the Rum-Tum-Tugger with his nephew. So, Victoria and Mistopheles are the children of Bustopher Jones and Griddlebone, because fuck it. Buster for Jones in white spats. Griddlebone isn't in the 98 version, so I had to Google her, and when I did, I was like, oh yeah, she and Victoria are related. Bustopher's a fancy cat. Victoria and Mistopheles are fancy cats. Makes sense to me. If you wanted to tell me that Alonzo was Victoria and Mistopheles' older brother, I wouldn't argue with you. He doesn't hang out with them that much, but he does have their coloring, and it doesn't make sense to me for him to be part of any other family in the tribe. I also like the idea of Rum Tum Tugger and Mistopheles kind of meeting through Alonzo because he's Munkustrap's right-hand man. He's kind of there to back Munkustrap up whenever Macavity does one of his scares, and he carries Demeter off to safety when Macavity and Munkustrap are fighting over her. Randomly, how about we jump to two fan favorites? Mungo, Jerry, and Rumble Teaser. We're a notorious couple of cats. We love a pair of mischievous twins. I don't think they're Macavity's children. Some people do. I don't. I think they were abandoned and Macavity took them under his wing and right now they're doing petty theft for him, but he's got big plans for them in the future. But because they've been interacting with the other Jellicles more and more, and especially after the fight that Macavity has, I think they're kind of done with him. Keeping on theme with twins, we've got Tantamile and Coracopat. I think I speak for everyone when I say I have no idea what the deal is with these two. Nobody knows what hellhole these two sprouted from. Like, they're very unnerving. Anyway, I can't believe I've gone this long without mentioning Cassandra, my queen. Jellicle cats have moonlit eyes. Cassandra is out here living her best 9 lives. She is better than all of us combined. Too good for leg warmers, apparently. I neglected to mention this earlier, but I think she and Bombalurina would make a really good pair. They're both really confident ladies in kind of different ways. You know, Cassandra's much more elegant and Bombalurina's more saucy. Cassandra is also Exotica's older sister. Lastly, we have a whole bunch of cats who I have no idea what to do with. Plato, Admetus, Pouncival, Tumblebrutus, Electra, and etc. First off, Plato and Victoria are quite likely the most undeniable pairing in this entire musical. I mean, we all saw the do, like, you know. I don't care who you are, that shit's hot. Wikipedia calls that scene a pas de deux. I would call it a pas de everybody. Anyway, Plato is practically identical to the other 3 boy cats I mentioned, so to me that just means that they're brothers. And you might as well throw Electra and etc. into the mix because I just like the idea of these 6 cats being found in a dumpster somewhere and then being adopted by everybody, especially Jelly Lorem and Jenny Anydots. I think those two kind of fight over custody for all 6 of them. Well, that's my Jellicle family tree, aka the most pointless and embarrassing thing I have ever made a video about. I filmed this and edited it and uploaded it because you're watching it now. You're probably not. You probably love yourself. But on the off chance that you did watch this, thank you so much for doing so. I love you dearly. Bye-bye.